have a big stack of topics that I wanted to talk to all of you about, but feel free, of course, to throw in your own topics because that's how it works. The less I talk, the better, because we all want to learn together from you and your experiences. Let's first go around the table from my left to my right, and you'll meet each panelist and find out where they're from, and that way you'll recognize their voice in the course of the program. Sir.
Good morning, Michael Patrick, Scott Farragon from Cartridge World in Okemos and Lansing. Very happy to be here on this hot, sunny summer morning.
In air conditioning.
Yeah, and we're in air-conditioned comfort, so that's good.
That counts. Sir.
And Craig Godfrey with Godfrey Weisberg CPAs and Advisors. And, yes, loving this Michigan hot summer now. So
yeah.
It's finally here.
In fact, you two gentlemen have blue golf shirts on, short sleeve, open collar there. Very nice, very comfortable. Then we get down to the necktie section.
That's right. Yeah, George Volman of Volman Ford. We're in the magnificent, cool city of Portland. And today we're actually enjoying the air conditioning here because it's going to be very, very warm back at the dealership.
Yeah. And do people turn up to when the weather's that hot? Are they still kicking the tires?
Well, oftentimes there's service customers that their air conditioning doesn't work.
All right.
Yeah, they turn up in droves.
How quickly can you turn them around?
Pretty quick,
yeah.
Depending on what it is. Mm-hmm.
An air conditioning problem, though?
But, I mean, that's just like, what, Doty Mechanical does. I mean, it's only breaks when it gets this warm, and
yeah.
So there you go.
And you need it. You need it. You need it. And then the partners here, the Batman and Robin of financial planning.
Good morning. Jim Trebelcock from Trebelcock and Dana Financial. Here you go, Robin.
Scott Danik, and I'm not taking Robin. But I would like to thank Jaden for his excellent advice this morning because I was going to get an organic green tea, and he suggested it be iced, and it's absolutely wonderful. So I invite people down for the drive-thru because it really hits the spot today.
Healthy and refreshing, that green tea. So you guys had a very nice party last Wednesday night at Hawk Hollow. A lot of us were there for this event. It was sort of a putting contest through the night there. And that was one of the really sort of low-key fun events that I've ever been to.
Well, thank you. That's a great compliment because you've been to a lot of events.
Yeah, and to be fair, some of them are, a snooze.
Well, we designed it that way. It's supposed to be social. It's not supposed to be a sales event. And we had our largest turnout yet. Weather cooperated wonderfully. We had this kind of a week last year. But obviously last week was 75 degrees and sunny and no humidity, so it was wonderful. So for those that came, we really appreciate it. Made a great night.
How many people were there?
I think we had close to 90.
Yeah. And we went into Hawk Hollow, and we had an hour of cocktails and a little bite to eat, and then we all went out to the putting course in groups. And, not a serious competition, just a fun competition. And people had a lot of laughs and had a couple of drinks, and there was a cigar, at least one of them out there that I know of because I had it, and lots of chat and lots of fun, and it was really, really. And then we all went back inside and sort of handed out the prizes, and it was really fun.
Yeah, it worked out really nice. We had a lot of prizes this year, so I think most people walked away with a little something. So it was a really good time.
Amanda Wall told me the quotation of the night was from your mother, in fact, who said, "It's that man smoking the cigar that must have been the one who threw his club."
Evidently, she had that peg because I seem to remember the club too. But
well, it slipped.
It slipped.
No,
at least we found the club and the ball, so all's good.
Yeah, the club was harder to find than the ball, to be honest, in that high grass. Do the rest of you have any sort of events that you use to embrace your customers and your clients and your VIPs and friends and family like that?
Yeah, in fact, oftentimes, especially like in the car business, you want to try to create an event so that people remember you or remember your business. And we started with a Halloween extravaganza where we invite the entire town.
Yeah.
And we usually have 200 to 300 children in the showroom, and there's bobbing for apples, which it's kind of gross, but then a pumpkin painting contest, and we usually have a magician, and there are prizes. And it's a nice evening. We cook hot dogs and hamburgers for everybody, and it's free, and we publicize it through the schools.
Oh, that's fun.
They all show up, and it's funny. About 5 minutes before the event starts, there's nobody there, and then all of a sudden these droves of kids in cars and costumes, and it's a hoot. And, on occasion we'll have a horse-drawn hayride around the parking lot, which is interesting in and of itself.
Yeah.
But we've been doing this for 9 years now, and so it's now an event.
Do you dress up?
Yeah, what's your costume?
No. But I will tell you this much: the salespeople do.
Yeah.
And so they have a lot of fun with it, and you know the service manager dresses up, and it's a lot of fun, and like I said, it's a give back to the community, and actually a lot of the businesses in the community participate with us, and we thank them very graciously in the newspaper the next week. But it's really for the kids, and they get candy, and it's just a nice little event, and it's safe but it's something that they can remember the business by, and that's kind of what we get out of it, and it's something that's long term, and we'll continue to do it.
And the schools let you just pass out flyers, or how does that work?
It's a small town. It's really amazing how that works.
Yeah, it surprises me a bit, that they would do that.
Yeah.
But that's
but
what's
in a small
nice
town, that's what's really nice about being in a small town, and we're engaged in the community in a lot of other different ways. But that's just our way of giving back to the community and saying, let's have some fun, and it works.
Some businesses lend themselves to that kind of event more than others. But what about you two? Are you involved in Little League sponsorship or anything like that? Community events to bring people together?
I'm involved in sponsorships with.
Well, I know
different
you're
business programs with like the Marine Area Business Association, like sponsoring a golf outing there with my Rotary group. I have different sponsors for events that they have. And even I am involved in with the YMCA, and so with the sponsorship of things that might be going on there as well.
So you have a very visible presence in the community, and your storefront there is right there in a main drag. And
yes.
You're also lucky you're next to a Subway, so you get a fair amount of traffic, people coming in there, right?
We do, and we get the smell from Subway that comes across. And
it's
people
true.
always comment on how great the store smells when they come in there because it smells like fresh bread.
But do you even notice it anymore?
I personally don't. I don't smell it at all.
You become accustomed to it.
Yep.
Isn't that funny? Any memorable events for you?
Yeah, and we do sponsorships depending on the year, different types of organizations. And we also are involved with the board of directors with certain charitable organizations. I have been the treasurer of Woldemar Nature Center and currently the treasurer of Child and Family Services capital area here in town. We also have in the past had open houses for our clients, and then also attorneys and bankers and others. And we also had an April 15th in the past. We've had an April 15th party where we've invited clients and that type of thing. Yeah,
tax day.
So that's right, exactly. So
I think it's probably nice too, isn't it, to get various clients or customers talking together about your business. Mm-hmm. In other words, at the dealership or at the Cartridge World, or they might say, how's it going for you? I love these guys. They're fantastic, and here's how they help me, and that kind of thing. Sort of reinforces the investment that they have with you, right?
That's right.
Is that fair to say?
Right. Yep, it would be, definitely.
All right, you don't know what I'm going to hit you with next. Actually, I'm going to do this one real fast because we only have a minute and a half, so those of you who don't get a chance to answer get a chance to think about it. You might have heard me this morning talking about the running of the bulls in Pamplona, Spain. It's happening today. It happened while you slept. And I said that's a bucket list thing to do, and I'd like to do that one of these days. Do you have bucket list items, events that you want to go to, things that you want to do? What's number one on your bucket list right now?
This is Scott from Cartridge World. I think number one on my bucket list, I would like to skydive.
How close have you come to actually doing it?
I have. It's something I've always wanted to do.
Just in your mind?
Just in my mind, yep.
It's easy enough to do, isn't it? They have places where you can learn in an afternoon.
You can take classes, and you can go up, and you can,
Are you going to put a timeline on this, a sort of a deadline to get yourself motivated to do it?
I should. I don't
next
know if
week.
It'll be next week, but yeah.
Are you afraid of heights?
I'm not afraid of heights.
You're not, so it wouldn't scare you at all?
No. As a matter of fact, if I hadn't had plans, I thought when they were doing the rappelling on Boji Tower here that I was going to go down and do that, but I was going to be out of town that weekend, so I didn't get the chance to do it.
So have you bungee jumped or anything like that?
I have not.
But you're ready. It doesn't scare you?
It does not.
God, I can't imagine anybody saying, I'm going to skydive and it doesn't scare me. I would be mortified. I look out the plane window sometimes and say, could I jump if I had the chance? And
it sounds like a lot of fun now.
Looks good in the movies. I don't know. We'll get the rest of the bucket list items and some business talk, of course, too, from the Mid-Michigan Business Wrap. Remember, you can find us at spotlightmm.com if you want to connect with the panel via the internet. We have a Facebook page, too, and the interviews are podcasted right there as well. We're back in a flash. It's Michael Patrick Shields' Mid-Michigan Business Wrap.